Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
You're annoying.
What should I look at? Straight in the camera?
You're looking, yeah, right there. I swear, don't look anywhere else when you look cross-eyed. Almost fell.
I'm just nervous right now.
Don't be nervous, puppy. Oh my god.
Oh, no, start over.
Hey guys, it's Shay here and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. These last few months have been life-changing for me, which is why I've been away for so long. And I'm so glad to be back. Today I will be sharing an update on my celibacy journey with you guys. And if you haven't seen my last celibacy journey video, you should definitely go check that out and I'll link that down in the description below. So unlike my first celibacy journey video, in today's video, I have a very special guest for you guys, my boyfriend, Tristan.
Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Tristan. What else should I say?
No, we can move on. So today we're gonna update you guys on how our celibacy journey has been going. We've been celibate since April, end of April, May. So not that long, but today we're gonna update you on how that journey has been going. Before we do that, we have a huge surprise for you guys, which is probably totally shocking for anyone who is trying to be celibate, but this is something that's happened, something great that has happened for us, and that is...
She's pregnant!
No, but seriously, I'm pregnant. Yeah, so that's how our celibacy journey has been going. We got pregnant, but we still want to let you guys know how we're doing and what we're going to do moving forward. So before we jump into it, quick story on how we found out that we were pregnant. Well, of course, we had sex, but that's beyond the point. And we had a feeling, like, for weeks before, like, you know, my cycle was supposed to come. We had a feeling, like, you know, wow, we might actually be pregnant this time. And it was a little scary, a little nerve wracking, but at the same time it was like, nah, we're not pregnant. So on the day that, you know, I was supposed to get my cycle, we decided to get a pregnancy test. I couldn't wait any longer, so we got a pregnancy test from Target and we took it, and the first one took like 3 minutes to get the results, and we were just sitting there like so nervous.
Like forever.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous.
Yeah, we were nervous. We didn't know, like, I felt like, okay, I think I'm pregnant. Like, there were so many signs.
Yeah, but then when the little gadget did the plus sign, and then, you know, I read the direction and it said that, okay, that means, you know, you're pregnant. It was like, oh, snap, you know.
He was like, is this real? Is this real? I'm like, it's not a dream. Like, what do you mean? That's all he got. That was his only words for like 5 minutes. Is this real? Is this real? And I was just like in shock, like, oh my gosh, we really were pregnant. So we weren't crazy.
Yeah, it was surreal, but definitely a life-changing moment, obviously, for the both of us.
Definitely life-changing. But we were not like bummed about it. We were really excited, but just like nervous, because of course this wasn't planned, because we weren't supposed to be having sex anyway. But yeah, we're really happy that we're going to be parents. Sounds weird.
So the biggest question that we get when we tell people that, you know, we're expecting a child, they ask us, are you guys still practicing celibacy? And the answer to that is... we
are. So people assume that because we got pregnant that we're not going to practice celibacy any longer. But that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, people always make that assumption, okay, since, you know, we are expecting a child, then, you know, the practice of celibacy should just stop. And that's not the case, because in the Bible, you know, we're religious and, you know, we follow Christ. And in the Bible, it doesn't say celibacy until pregnancy. It's celibacy until marriage.
It's really abstinence, because you're not supposed to have sex at all.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, the fact that, yes, we got pregnant, it still should be a practice because we're not married yet. And that's still a goal for us to pursue in order to be in the right eye of Christ.
So most people will be like, you know, what's the point? What's the point of being celibate? You already got pregnant, and so we get a lot of, I don't want to say judgments, but people don't understand, one, how did you get pregnant when you were celibate?
I think a lot of people expect once you declare that you're practicing celibacy, it should just be a complete 360 in one day. And that's not reality because for myself, I've been sexually active since I was 13 years old. So that is a, 10-year, habit that I've built up that now that I'm looking to change. So that's a very difficult feat, for the both of us because we grew up on the opposite side of the tracks where, sex was almost normalized and, was a part of our society. And we thought that was, it was okay to do. But now following Christ and getting educated about how he wants us to live our lives, it's definitely, it's a shift, but the shift doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and it takes patience. It takes constant prayer and dependence on God to help us because we can't do it on our own. And even still today, we have struggles. We're doing much better compared to when we first started. However, there are still struggles on a daily basis.
Yeah, we're not perfect. So most people, they're like, how did you get pregnant? You're supposed to be celibate. So us being celibate is like, we got to be perfect. We can't mess up. That's what people expect of us. But at the end of the day, like he said, we're not perfect. We're human, and we can't do this on our own. We need God to help us. So I don't think it's more of a practice. Celibacy is more of a practice, and you're not going to get it right the first time. So that's just how we feel about it. And most people won't understand, but
yeah, and the reason why we wanted to do this video is because we wanted to shed light on this, because every time we share our news with people, they're like, oh, you were celibate, what happened? And it's like, we're still human. It's not like celibacy turned us into robots and all of a sudden where we don't have those same desires, those sexual desires. They're still there. They're still prevalent. And we deal with it day to day. And it's and I think like Shayla said, it's a practice. It's a constant practice of depending on Christ, because he's the only one that can actually help us. And it was recently where we finally felt that peace to where, like, yes, Christ is really working with us right now in terms of helping us control our desires in a sense, because we get tempted, and it's not a sin to get tempted. The sin is the action that you do. So temptation is a regular thing that occurs every day. However, that choice is what matters.
So with that being said, our celibacy goal is to continue to practice celibacy until we are married. The goal is to have absolutely no sex at all whatsoever until marriage.
Yes, and just because she's pregnant doesn't mean we throw it out the window, because like we said before, it's about celibacy until marriage, not celibacy until pregnancy. And I want all our friends and others that are watching this to understand that although we stumbled, the goal remains the same. And for myself, it's been nothing but happiness in my heart, and knowing that I'm going to have a child is truly a blessing. It's not a mistake at all. It's 100% a blessing, because that's how God works. He blesses us even in the midst of our sins. Yeah, absolutely. This child is going to be a blessing. I'm excited to be a father. I'm excited to be a leader and lead someone and teach someone the right ways to live life. I'm excited, truly. So being that Shayla is expecting, we decided to move in together, because as a man, I believe that, the woman should not be dealing with the nightly pains and the emotional roller coaster that they go through and everything else. They should not be doing it alone. So we moved in together, just so I could be that support, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, however way that she may need me, I'm there. And it was a concern for us because now that we're closer, it's gonna make the fact that we're pursuing celibacy much harder, because we're in close proximity of each other. And we spoke to a few people. One is our mentor, Dave. Shout out to Dave.
Hey, Dave.
He's very helpful when it comes to our journey with Christ, and he advised us, maybe it would be best for us to, live in the same city, but not live together. But we still decided to, live together, and till this day we still sleep in the same bed. And yes, again, we've had countless struggles. However, the journey is getting better, and it's like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, we actually feel like we're, God is working with us right now. Where we go throughout our day, and we talk, we laugh. So it has its challenges and benefits.
So as we continue to live with each other, it's going to get easier, and it has gotten a lot easier than it was in the beginning for us. We're still learning about one another, because I don't know if he mentioned this, but we were a long distance couple before this. So it's a major change from what we were used to. We were used to FaceTiming, and now it's like real life, face to face all the time. So it's definitely something to get used to, and we're happy about it. I really didn't like the long distance. I didn't expect to move in so fast, but things happen, and I'm happy about it. It just made more sense for us financially, just overall in general. It made more sense for us to live together than for us to be separate while I'm pregnant. So I know a lot of the people that we've told that we're pregnant had a lot of questions about our celibacy journey and where we're going to go from here. And I hope that this video helped you out a lot and answered your questions. And if you're in a similar situation, I hope that this helped you as well. Just to know that being celibate doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, doesn't mean that everything is going to go perfectly. Now, there are those couples who are celibate and they stick to it and they don't have sex at all until they're married. And if you're that couple, then great. That is awesome for you, and we strive to be that someday, and we're going to be that. We are that right now.
We are.
In a way, yeah.
Are.
We've been doing so good, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, hopefully this helps someone, and we just appreciate you guys for listening to our story.
And the biggest thing I want to leave you guys with is, if you are pursuing celibacy, and if you are looking to make that shift in your life, and you're like us, we're building new habits, and we're trying to get rid of old habits that we've had for years. The biggest thing that made a difference in our journey is the dependency of God, and asking Him to take lead and not looking to do it ourselves.
Definitely.
And I know, people would say, set boundaries and, set rules and guidelines and things of that nature.
Those help.
They help. They do help.
But you can't depend on them.
But those can easily go out the window if you don't have Christ as the leader of this journey. And we ask God all the time, take our hand and lead us, because we simply can't do it on our own, and He's definitely has been doing that. So dependency. Depend on Him and trust in Him, and have that faith that He will see you through.
So thank you guys again so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
You're annoying.